Are you serious? Are you serious? It's just now happened. It's a very fluid situation in Germany. Let me share in just a moment. Noble Gold Investments market update. Gold is up 46% in the last year. That's double what NASDAQ and the S&P 500 gains were. But this isn't just another rally. Global reserves are shifting as investors rush to secure their physical gold, creating a mass supply gap. Gold is vanishing from the market, but you can still have a chance to own it. Visit noblegoldinvestment.com and secure your retirement funds before the panic into profit begins, because that's what it is. It is a rush for the gold. Matter of fact, go there right now at www.pastorpaulgold.com. That's www.pastorpaulgold.com, or call them at 877-646-5347. You'll be glad that you did. Tell them Pastor Paul sent you. All right, here's what's happening, and I want to get right to this because there is a very significant, serious situation that has developed in Germany right now. We have another terrorist attack. And guys, let me just say, radical Islam is not done. I mean, I know we're tired of talking about it, radical Islamic terrorist, but it's not over. And once again, we have another attack, this time in Germany, in the city of Mannheim, Germany. A car drove into a crowd of carnival goers in western German city of Mannheim. One person is confirmed dead on the scene, and at least 12 to 15 others are severely injured. That number may actually go higher. It's a very fluid situation, and there may be more than one dead. Some are in horrible condition. So the city is on the scene. What was going on? This incident came as crowds, massive crowds, had gathered in cities all across Germany today for the parades. And you say, what parades? Well, today begins the mark of the Christian carnival season. That's right. It's the Christian carnival season. And witnesses said the incident occurred during one of these events. The ramming came what Christian Germans mark as Rose Monday. Okay, today is called, because Wednesday is Ash Wednesday worldwide. And so sort of what we do in America, we have the tradition of Mardi Gras on Fat Tuesday. In Germany, they have a carnival season leading up to Ash Wednesday and the beginning of the Lenten season. So today is Germany's Rose Monday, a highlight of their carnival season that takes place on Strove Monday. So this is Strove Monday, or also known as Rose Monday. It's the Monday before Ash Wednesday and the beginning of the Lenten season. So it's a Christian holiday carnival session. It's people get out and enjoy in the parades as they prepare for the Christian period of 6 weeks of Lenten. Now, the statements we're getting right now, it's a very fluid situation right now, guys. So I really need you to pray for these Christians once again. Now, this is happening a lot in Germany, where they run people over during the Christmas season in the little festivals and the markets during the Christmas market season. They've been doing that for the last 3-4 years. Radical Islamists have been doing this. Terrorists. Now they're doing it on this season, the Christian carnival season. The social media reports say police are confirming that it's an ongoing operation. This car drove into a large group of people in the Mannheim city center, adding that according to the preliminary information, one person is definitely dead on the scene and several others are seriously injured. There may be going to be more than one death. No information can be given yet on the total number of casualties, other than it's a mass casualty event, nor the number of severity of the injuries, although some we are getting reports are extremely serious, if not fatal. As part of the search measures that were immediately initiated, the suspect was identified. He's already been arrested, and the police are stressing that there was no further reliable information they could share I can tell you it's just mass chaos in the city. As eyewitnesses at the scene have told Reuters, they saw several people on the ground, including 2 medics, okay, who were down on the ground attempting to try resuscitate some of those that were they were trying to bring them back. Okay, so we know one person dead. Multiple. It's a mass casualty event. Multiple others several are seriously wounded, and the death toll is expected to rise. And the total number of people injured in this this black SUV was seen driving at an enormous high speed, running over and crashing and hitting into people. And it is a absolute chaos. Now, I've seen some of the pictures and some of the information. I got one I'll show you here, but you can see the chaos starts way out here, but the car is way down the street. Apparently this car come along the side of a railroad track, drove up on as you can see, the sidewalk, and began just running people over as they headed toward the parade route or along the parade route or headed toward the parade route of this Christian carnival. So Rose Monday is not turning out to be what they want it to be in Germany, as once again, a mass casualty event. One person immediately was recognized as dead on the scene. Several others were seen. Medics were trying to bring them back, doing resuscitation, and then several people in very serious condition. And this is a mass casualty event. We don't know how many are dead or how many are injured, but this black SUV went roaring at an enormous high speed into the crowds of people who were gathering on this Rose Monday in Germany for the Christian Carnival season. The celebration, it's a 2-day celebration before you start Ash Wednesday and the linen season. It's very similar. What happens in America, we do what's called Fat Tuesday. That happens down there, Mardi Gras kind of thing that happens down there in New Orleans. But certainly this is a Christian gathering. It's a Christian celebration. And again, it's a horrible things. There are a lot of people hurt. Now, we don't know the numbers yet, and it's still too early to know. But once again, and guys, this is part of what, we're talking about Zelensky. We're talking about him running over. Now, Zelensky did a press conference this morning. He said, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to sign the deal with America. It doesn't matter what happened on Friday. I'm ready to do this. Trump, though, is saying, look, I got other things to do too, like the joint session with Congress tomorrow night. We got a lot of stuff happening. Appreciate you're now ready, and we'll get back to you. Let us just hang on a minute. And but at the same time, obviously we want to get a ceasefire here. But my point is this: it's not just about Russia and Ukraine. It's about radical terrorism, radical Islamic terrorism that is still a global problem. And let me just say this. Everybody's been ignoring the fact that the attacks on these Christians. 70 Christians were beheaded and left sitting in a church in the Congo 2 weeks ago, and nobody reported on it but me. I reported on it the day it happened, and I thought for sure it was going to blow up and be a big story everywhere else, and nobody else reported on it for a week. Finally, Fox did on the ticker at the bottom, and then finally on Saturday afternoon of Fox or Saturday morning, Fox and Friends, Rachel on Fox finally said, look, do you guys realize 70 Christians were brutally butchered in a church in the Congo, and they were beheaded? And but still, the rest of the media has ignored the Christian persecution that's going on around the world. They just literally keep ignoring it. And in Germany, this is happening, and it's not just Germany where this is happening. It happens in Germany now 4 or 5 times. It's happened a bunch of times in France. Have you guys forgot Nice, France, when 80-some people were killed in the horrific attacks there? Have we forgot about the attacks on Christians in Paris and the attack on the Jewish delis in Paris and the attacks in Belgium and the attacks in the UK and the knife attacks, especially in the UK, and the beheadings and stuff like that on the streets? This radical Islamic attacks always on Christians has been going on not only in Africa or in the Middle East, but in Europe constantly. And don't forget the Americans have been also attacked in these brutal attacks that have been going on. This is a problem, guys, that has not gone away. But Europe is in a mess. They're in a war. They can't even they can't even figure out how to sign a cease deal when they got a chance to end this fighting with the Russians. And they still got the radical Islamists. And I don't think you guys have recognized how many are. You should just take a look and see in the UK and in France and in Belgium and in some of the European nations. You should see just how many people that are the mayors of major cities across, especially the UK. You should see who they are. You should take a look and see who they are. You'll be stunned. And so, yeah, including the mayor of London. There is no doubt about this is a serious problem that everybody, the media wants to forget about, that nobody wants to talk about it no more, or hope we're moving on to something else. We got to, everybody keeps looking at Donald Trump like he's the enemy, he's the evil, he's Darth Vader, he's the problem. When the truth is there's murder and massacring and brutality and horrific events and attacks on Christians all over the world. And I'm not even talking about China, how they mistreat the Christians and how they butcher them and how they execute them and how they imprison them. I'm not even talking about North Korea, where it's probably the worst country in the world. I'm not even talking about Christians in the Middle East that have been attacked all over the place. And Africa's the worst. Nigeria, Congo, Sudan, Somalia. We could go on and on and on. Yemen. Guys, this thing is ugly out there, and I guess I'm just a little country preacher from the cornfields of Indiana. For 15 years, I've been reporting what is really going on around the world, and your news media. I mean, I was watching a few minutes on MSNBC this morning, and they had some dude that had hair this high, gray hair this high. And I don't know what dream world he's in. I don't even know his name. I've seen him a few times, but I'm telling you, MSNBC is completely, Morning Joe is completely in some kind of alternative universe. They don't know what's going on. They are absolutely lost in the sauce. Can I say that? Are you serious? Guys, it's getting uglier by the minute. It really is getting ugly out there. It's just getting too ugly out there. We still need Jesus is what we need. And be washed in the blood. Have you been to Jesus for the cleansing power? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you fully trusting in His grace this hour? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you washed in the blood, in the soul cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? One person's dead. They believe there's multiple dead. There is mass casualties of injuries. An attack on a Christian carnival's celebration in Germany. Are you walking daily by the Savior's side? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Do you rest each moment in the crucified? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Or are you washed in the blood, in the soul cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? And be washed in the blood of the Lamb. Come on! Are you serious? aside those garments that are stained with sin, and be washed in the blood of the Lamb. There's a fountain flowing for the soul unclean. Oh, be washed in the blood of the Lamb. A black SUV did this. Are you washed in the blood, in the soul cleansing blood of the Lamb? Are your garments spotless? Are they white as snow? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Glory! Are you serious? Well, we're serious, and it is a very serious situation in Mannheim, Germany. 2 weeks after a car ramming situation, once again, from a radical terrorist, Islamic terrorist that happened in Munich, Germany. And this has happened several times in Germany. Today, we have one person confirmed dead. Multiple, as many as 12 to 15 others, maybe more, are severely injured. Several are in horrible condition. 2 people were also seen. They were doing, resuscitation, trying to revive 2 others. Don't know if those 2 made it or not. So we don't know what the total death toll is going to be, or the total number of people dead. It is a horrific scene. It was a Christian carnival. It's called Rose Monday. It's celebrated every year on Monday before Ash Wednesday in Germany. And Christians gather for a carnival, for parades. It's a celebration of Christ, okay? Entering into the into the Lenten season. So please pray for the people there. Pray for those families of the loved ones who have died. Pray for the families and pray for the victims that are injured, some of them very severely. Pray for the first responders that are under some unbelievable stress. Also, they have already canceled now Rose Monday parades for Cologne, Germany. And there's other cities that are canceling now the rest of the day for fear of multiple attacks across the nation of Germany, and other European nations now going on high alert, who also celebrate. And of course, here in America, we've already had our problems down there in New Orleans on New Year's Eve. We got to be careful. Tomorrow is Fat Tuesday down in Mardi Gras. We got to really, 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 really be careful, because the assault on Christianity, guys, is real. It is real. Someone said, I'm sharing my 9/11 with my pastor's wife. They said they never heard of it. So I said, what? Are you serious? Okay, so yeah. Well, trust me, it's okay. They may not have ever heard of the things that are happening around the world. And I'm saying this, many pastors don't know, because they just don't know. No one's ever showed them. No one's ever brought it to their attention. You guys, you won't believe this, but there are millions of people who don't realize where we're at in Bible prophecy. But certainly ever since Barack Obama, and I blame a lot of this on him, ever since the Arab Spring, when he destabilized the entire Middle East, and especially Muslim migrants, gravitated. They were released into the European Union, because there's no borders in the European Union. They filled the nations of the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Belgium. Sweden has been overrun. All over. We could go on and on and on. Okay, in Europe. And to the point, and they would, and these people would not assimilate. They didn't come there and be glad that they were now in France where they could be free. They didn't go to England and say, now we're here, let's be free. No, they didn't go to Belgium and behave. No, instead they turned on the societies that they had migrated to, and they started attacking the Christians and attacking the innocent civilians of those countries. And the same thing has happened here in America and in other places around the world. Same things have happened in Australia. The same thing has happened in New Zealand. The same thing has happened all over the world. And so 10 years after really, the Arab Spring was in 2011. I covered it every day. I talked about when it happened. It happened first in Tunisia, and then it went to Egypt, and then it went to Yemen, and then to Libya, and then finally into Syria. And then the Russians got involved and stopped. Really, the Russians are the ones that stopped it when they went into Syria, and they did not let them overthrow Bashir al-Assad, and they stopped the Arab Spring. And then the Americans came in later to try to help out. And it was really Trump who got in there and shut down ISIS. By the time 2014 came, ISIS came out. We had. Let me just talk about this. The Arab Spring started in 2011. Hillary and Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State. Barack Obama was the president, and they were calling for the ousting, and they were calling for leaders of these nations to be overthrown, and they were. The people rose up and overthrew them, and I think it was with the help of the U.S. government and CIA. But anyway, and once these countries were destabilized and migrants were running everywhere to get out of there into these European countries that welcomed them in blind to the realization of what was going to happen to them, or just clueless. Then after that happened, then President Obama withdrew out of Iraq, but he did it swiftly, and he left billions of dollars of equipment in Iraq. Who picked it up? A group called ISIS. They then took all this hardware, all of this armored vehicles. I remember they were driving around in Toyota Tundras with all these guns and things they had gotten from the Americans left behind under Obama. And then they drove all over Iraq and Syria, destroying and killing people, butchering them, and murdering Christians everywhere in a horrific. And the Yiddies, a small minority group, they were butchering them. They were killing them and Christians. This went on all over, and Obama just kind of halfway fought it, but never fought to win. And the military-industrial complex was being fed, just like what we've been seeing right now in Ukraine. It's the same playbook, but it was going on in the Middle East. Trump gets elected. He immediately says, we're going to put an end to ISIS. And in less than 6 months, he has ISIS completely wiped out. And he puts an end to the Arab Spring, okay? But the damage had been done. The Christians had been butchered, and millions of immigrants from the Middle East had migrated into Europe, and then all of a sudden the attacks started taking place all over Europe. And now the same playbook happened. A war starts whenever Joe Biden gets in as the White House. Russia invades Ukraine. Biden's White House doesn't talk to Putin at all to find out what in the world's going on. Instead, they just shut down all communications, and they throw billions of dollars worth of ammunition and weapons into Ukraine to feed the military-industrial complex. Thousands and thousands of innocent people are killed in Ukraine, and Russian soldiers as well. But the military-industrial complex gets fed. This goes on for the entire 4 years, or actually 3 years. It happened in February of 22. Finally, President Trump is elected. He's trying to bring an end to this war and stop the madness and stop the feeding of the gravy train. And, of course, you've seen the reactions by Zelensky. You see the reactions of Europe. You see the reactions of everybody, the media. And this is it's a waste of money and lives. And now, guess what? The radical Islamic terrorists, they seize their opportunity. They see the chaos. They see the confusion among the European leaders and the Americans and everybody. And so what do? They just go on doing the same thing they always do. Run cars. They take SUVs, drive at a high, enormous 80 mile an hour or 100 mile an hour speed, and just start running people over in the streets in Germany during a Christian carnival. This is what's going on. And I've been talking about this and talking about this and talking about this and praying about this and showing people it's all through the Bible of the chaos that's coming, and even to the point that I had to write a book about this and even explain in the book exactly what was going to happen, and what I said was going to happen is happening exactly, because the book is based on current world events and how it relates to Bible prophecy. So if you haven't got a copy of Revelation 9:11, go to Amazon right now. They're running a special. I think they're selling them for $13.38 or something. Or if you want me to do an autograph copy, go to my website and order an autograph copy plus shipping, and I'll sign it personally sign it, and I'll ship it to you personally. I got 2 to go do this morning. But guys, let's just not wait around because we're running out of time and people don't know. And so, Goofy Granny, you've been with me forever, I know. And I'm so glad that you shared this with your pastor's wife, and she didn't know, was not aware of anything like this going on. So when she reads the book, her eyes will be opened just like many other people. I'll be back with more current world events, guys. I can tell this is going to be a long day. So hang with me. I'll be back. Are you serious? Pray for the people in Germany and keep your eyes open. And if you live in the UK, keep your eyes open in France. Keep your eyes open in Belgium. Keep your eyes open in Sweden. Keep your eyes open down in New Orleans and the United States during Mardi Gras. Keep your eyes open. The enemy's lurking.